Hi everybody. So here's what happens after I teach a weekend is that I spend the night after the seminar obsessing over all the things that we didn't get to cover because we covered questions, which makes the seminar way more interesting and probably applicable to those of us who are in practice. So I loved all your questions. I think the depth of them was really indicative to me of people who are already doing amazing work, and Tara is nodding her head. We're in total agreement on that. So, but what that meant, and also because we got to have lunch twice, just saying, there's a few things, little things that we didn't get to cover. So one of those is that we talk about right now in the progression of your awareness of the work. We talk about triangles, and we talk about the correlate triangles. So we talk about the sacral triangle, the lumbar triangle, thoracic triangle, clavicular triangle, cervical triangle, and cranial triangle. And we see and feel them as triangles, like they're a flat 2D space. However, for those of you who are thinking in your mind, that makes absolutely no sense because the body isn't 2D. You're right. And eventually we will start to perceive and understand those spaces no longer as triangles, but as tetrahedrons. So like this would be our sacral tetrahedron. So that this would be where the geometry is that we've been showing, but it also comes in and we have that depth of the sacral geometry to a point which comes into the anterior geometry. So I just wanted you to know that for those of you who felt like feeling the outside surface layer of the geometry was more than enough for you, great. For those of you who were thinking, why aren't they talking about the fact that this is actually a 2D representation of something that's 3D, you are also right on target. And when we do the coronal geometry, we will spend half of our time talking about the tetrahedrons and how they distort and how they have a different depth than just being on the surface of the posterior or anterior geometry.